Henna go siú agus fásta go stréú de Eòrpa as sin táise go nach an an Uist fa go bhfuil na haga bhína seoltainn go bhfuil tinneas Lyme go mac man a spícianta na áiticha nile feisciúil Lyme a mis an nach gus bhí féineach go seán na háir sin agus go típ a hácht déanam a dhéin.
Chorá lús piseach go mé gaman is hús me se ven go mé haideach go rutig in cear is hústíise gorá definitely rutig in cear ach gan mé sústí hé ná ha ceist ha rutig in anile witse mar a bhá. As sé nuach go bhí maiich da sich an cóin sa bhatins á fall a gopa go seach sa cí sa puchtar an lách. Níú grach is puchtar an lá ach mar a bheith seo a teanna a grach puchtar héidir.
Hat ein machine so sich in nos in catalach me fast donas va fallas am penhuiches va kelgor charams. Hat ein machine me yin har fisakam kroakam de shane yan me yin ich ins kroaram kyu. A hanursing gas salu akin boch kujoch risna gartain agus va vet de chin gahoyet agus va me a feinach ga me yin na erythema migrans sa grau fim du hana dochter fim du antibiotics ein sonchen
erythema migrans shen bra tinneas ma hau tinneas Lyme glach go de garstan de vítir ha Uibhist na crichtig an nuise dés agus a roí a gopige shalak féig an a da uigach ag tú agus ag dés oprichen ag a dorst fast garsting
pa mi farachin cho analoch nach roism har a fistrach ag sa bí a gúirt as a surgery a chunig me se a bhaigíise go mé ein Lyme. Sgainach mi cúteach gur bhar tictúlsach gus charó bha mi a fón go NHS bha mi féinach gaibh gus nach rá fistrach a gáin agus ó nuair sin ha booster an án, ha leaflet án, ha trin féin an áte sa bí go mac a mana sér na bhai.
Bhí na blin leis na dúne bhí na dorsteach is sgìre jor súl dá horstjor a héin na hiligat gachi sten kindig nach rokasten jor ha vin hine tjeno no rut ach haromi hin khama id súl khoma lerem hin se va mi id isagol kiri stunjel aten súl khoma
ha tinneas Lyme dich tussen na spichanters na helen en nier na hae en an ander fat a chan de hullet dunje ha ik lochig itige fein dier an een lopperlaan. Maar hier dacht ik, bro, kring, geàrr-chunntais, voelt get Lyme anje hu van a shen, huis de hoge koerse antibiotic. En in hagen van a shen itige gekoma genasjen te getaal. Waar gaviles nung getaviles chiad dierk, ha je vrouw een keert keek ik het chiad in je dierk aan een Uist. Keek ik het agus a hund in je dierk aan de leeuws als een hegger, agus chianer aan de Barra.
Ha siach ságaichte donna drásta an an Uist a thugaibh tinneas Lyme. A dhéanast go bhfuil na slugad do gúine a fuiach an na hell na mar isimpleach leabhas agus na heigir ha fata bharach Uist ag ghlacha go tinneas gach bliana na hana gin gan na heile na níar ile.
Ha keicht Dawson na docht ag tildig in a binne bhulde. Hij kuteach ag barst carla hi náisianta ha gupigus an tuigsin na seagain ag Lyme.
We first really became aware of it as a problem maybe about 10 years ago when we picked up we were seeing quite a lot of cases of erythema migrans and rather more than we would expect to see for something that was being described as a rare illness. So I decided to dig through the data in the practice in 2009 and picked up that we had a very high incidence of Lyme disease, and when we went back we noticed that that had been a pattern that had been played out on the 2 previous years. And since then I've been collecting data on a regular basis along with all of the practice team. And although we see fluctuations from year to year, we're seeing a fairly consistently high level of Lyme disease in our practice population.
Gainig mi geta de digach ha arst, kachsigi mag isimpleach mag a dúlagisig tirmóg.
The national figure that's quoted on the Health Protection website says that you would expect to find 0.3 cases per 100,000 patients. But that's for the whole of the UK, and they do say that there are hotspots, for instance, in the Highlands and in the south of England. But if you take our prevalence data, and this is very rough data because we were dealing with a small population, we're seeing about 1 patient per 100 head of population. So that's equivalent of seeing maybe about 1,000 patients to the 0.3 per 100,000. So it's, about 3,000 times higher than you'd expect.
Agus an hagen géri feadh Eòrpa, it dávílas a húns, dávílas a cóg díag, ha je nagif gearrafte de gúne Lyme soos va och gerichtet go dá chiad, agus ha féune tans na het ge anjehug no go agus ha trichs rúter.
It's endemic. I think it's a serious problem. And I think it's just the lack of awareness sometimes is very difficult, or an early diagnosis can be quite difficult because patients can then go on to develop the chronic symptoms or late Lyme disease. And these are more difficult to manage and more costly for the NHS because patients then may need to be admitted to the hospital or need to come to the hospital a number of times to help in their diagnosis.
Shenna hagan a yille big show Adam in a nagan. Raak Lyme mek een loos aan de Leppy Hospital. De Uibhist agus ikkel, Alex gevanlig.
I had to have 2 MRIs and I had to stay in bed a lot and I couldn't really drink very well and I couldn't eat very well. Usually I would be like, water would be spilling out of my mouth and I couldn't move my face and it was really frustrating.
Back in April, we just noticed he was really lethargic and had lost his appetite, and it went on for a good couple of weeks. And we were back and forth to the GP a few times, told it was probably viral. And we asked for bloods to be taken, but they said there's probably no need for that. Then he started with facial paralysis as well. And again, we were back and forth a few times, and then full facial paralysis. And it was only at that point that really the bloods were taken. And one of the consultants said that we should really be looking for Lyme's disease.
Not all GPs can recognise the rash that's characteristic of Lyme disease. Sometimes the rash is not even there. So it would be very useful to get a test that can diagnose the disease very early. Because if it's diagnosed early, then you can give antibiotic therapy and the patient is treated and doesn't then go on to further symptoms of some of the chronic symptoms that people have experienced. For example, in the Highlands there's a lot of Lyme disease, so people may have been infected by the Bidh Eòrpa organism and may have antibodies to it but not have the disease. So it's trying to determine whether this antibody positive result is a true reflection of the disease or whether it's just a past infection.
He's sleeping 12-13 hours a night. Appetite's back, which is good,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah. And we're having difficulties with memory loss, processing issues, coordination as well. And it's still frustrating because we're not sure, is it time will tell and things will improve gradually, or do we require more treatment for him?
Now I'm getting healthier and my reading's coming back well and I'm doing good at my spelling now and I'm good at my reading and it's great fun.
Yeah.
Na satte go dis an de ballagan leve, ben mun beraad go tight Janie Kringen, lochgische Lyme an a dávílas chéig, say full of haast. Tá 3 bliana a go dochter in a fanja hu Eòrpa. Yin sig mag a haie sláin de bhuaidh in Orsha.
I just collapsed. I couldn't get out of bed without help. I couldn't even roll over in bed without feeling really painful. I had terrible pelvic pain, terrible headaches. I just would lie at night and not feel that I could move for about 6 hours because the pain was so much. It was terrifying. Every day I would wonder whether this would be my last. Interesting. I was on doxycycline for 3.5 years.
How Janie got borst lang an a drukkige na neste gaad. Hoest ik de husky kagas da ik het miele nacht. Ik lives an de schech blione. Hij kraak wil nest ik muske het drukkige nein. Hij lik a le be karan arbestje gewechtje.
I feel pretty much okay from the neck down, but from the neck up I've still got symptoms and I've still got headaches. It's affected my sinuses. the last 6 weeks have been hard because it seems to have got worse, and I've even had pus coming out of my eyes.
Sé geàrr-chunntais a sgeulachdan duine seo. Beoch big, cobhach I dabanaldig, agus beoch fúdlathe tusta sinnig agus éhain. Ba ha geàrr-chunntais a gáil fúda duine, dúi fúl ála beoch a giúlanne bacteria Borrelia, san an nósan a gibh duine sin Lyme, rud a táis go sángite trícht an an Uist.
Wel, ha bechgacum go bhfuil na feadh a-toirt bhuaidh arú na geàrr-chunntais. Ha na feadh as na cruchtans na machrich in an Uist, agus hat as na garíon ag duine, hat farabhil na duine, agus ha feadh giúlainn geàrr-chunntais agus go bíodh, agus ha sinna líka leis na geàrr-chunntais tuile geàrr-chunntais dhéanamh. So ha sanna curcríoch ar a dic life cycle a-toirt gaibh a dhéansa barach geàrr-chunntais dhéanamh. Ha mi cúteach is múnjan go bhfuil an áireanach an an Uist cho ma ha táide bria ha léite dheonn ann, ha léite mamalan bica ann, agus siad sin ha an táireanne Lyme.
Ha Uisipil an genú céindeach go dhéit a thula fíor ag sias as a bhaince fa go bhfuil dúine a bharach agus go duc ceach as a spré a nóir an gynna hin feisc. Get a hagóri mar fáirtean an opag ecasan ag a bhí déanú sin, ha cúteach go grá na chaníir idir an nú bheochas curiach.
Am sy'n gael tor gastan I de hwle beoch, am sy'n gael eitje tídach y ffíag, a is am sy'n sé jekyll o garm na sy'n tachwyd cydi níag héin, a is da yenno tor mór uppis, a is da yenno mach I tídach o lá, gyfeilaid, fi'n céinioch gydicag a grach, gydaig a noas na Lyme rates, ach am sy'n gyfeim sy'n marca sŵl yn y chwmal, tor fi sy'n illa cwtioch.
Fúti na chiad an geàrr-chunntais bhí ag un níor, agus an na hágah an fé ag éigi an an Uist. Ha diú ha bhóg 8 chiad an an Uist dés, agus ag tua hat ag dúplathe van an ungatan go mílas dá chiad. Ha na fé an eist nas tríchgin fencin, fa go bhfuil dúine a fugeach sa cópach.
As yn tigach a David Driver an an Uist tua togal jalla an tigach mis fásag I dogachas, as yn tigach ag bel chapra fencin, an an drein ráte vat an a hel na site in is seach lo hébarst an a Canadese Uist tua. Holos a honna cat sinne, leim at an jense, gefag a villet a draaste, unan na laie, unan na hisu a giche haast. Han je laat ik tike fatse biketa agus as yn na hel fag a vilsi, misk grund hen, ha keig, a mismunje heg am húl, agus da hei hies a rat am a hen.
Han je na fé a bontin git dunje. A hat de listen is ag SNH, yn gwmal fosmach, gus mae'n beoch yn heen agus na dúne. Hat ag bwyn yn smachgach is steahig ag Bidh Eòrpa, ynan yw, an an Uist.
We've got economic benefits from sporting and from tourism and from the actual venison itself. We're trying to maintain these benefits while trying to reduce the negative impacts. So things like deer vehicle collisions and things like Lyme disease, a tick burden, all sorts of other diseases as well that you can pass on. And it's trying to find a balance between these interests.
Ha cwt na heigach na musk, a fenkin na fé mag stagus lochfag, cwt illig a fenkin mag flaai, féwin cwtjach as a vein. A dolgus shen a diffig vechken a shen, a horst rei I hele.
Obviously, the estates, they don't want to lose some of their large-headed stags that are shot on the agricultural ground, so they're sometimes less happy with a number shot there. It can be quite difficult to find the resources to manage all the marauding deer. And sometimes it's about expectation as well. There's very high expectations from the community that this problem will now be solved quickly. Whereas in actual fact, it'll probably be solved over the next 5 years or so.
Ha drech flanne smachka hi nest an an Uist lukka le kutik in fissige shalak ag offikar ag son 4 a varar me heg tin faske fagabel dúne fugach. Se Philip Harding ferju shen agus ag kutjach na rúnige ag a buien smachka ag.
Had verder nach rood he had hiers luip en arava had a sgìre ag dúne had a talu kuchtioch van a koiach gewi naatje wie as a rein. Hwnnw dynnu raliwm sy'n nhw rwyd, mae da eisiau blian yn asio rwyd amysach o fewn 4 geichging.
Jins Philip go, gan ronga hada oigach go bhí I dhéanú na hása gíri aga fanna drechflanne, agus fiús ranna sein. He skrifte mag as drechflanne, go bhfuil fellach gynjoga a bhí cumal féh bhí dhéanú damast de cruchten.
Gata sin fiachin bhí fyrtí noch. Hada oigach ac yn gyn eilus no cumas a bhí cooperative cwmni bhuaidh yn ille. Ha sin diolch a dhéanú Uistis I de hochge.
Húst oigach Uist de túa nach bugging gaibh acal of a horsgrín hogus gynne antrang in de bliona van. Hugad rinn gata bra skrifte, le go bhfuil féime rounsa hugus an tucsin a seag aine garstein, déach a giúlein agus cimar ha Lyme a scarpa an an Uist. Húst dat go bhfuil fé Uist de túa a tost bórnach gan an nilein, agus go bhfuil an oigach a lúta na hauniu fan a dagach a rochpa as a drechflanne. Jins Philip Harding och atá gynne ha bigs an haugach gynne go bhí dianú hag na blionichen, a gobhrich go bhfuil féime luchs machcha hí colach isisen a bhí maga ag fé as lena coinersnoch. Gún carich is dogus Uist a geacal of gata, agus chanich miris an a dollarbrok.
Fat sa isakin ha na fé an Uist, cús na slúa na had a fé dúich goléad. Isaac Húladinne geàrr-chunntais id I fé, had id cúdig, had id beúchan, had id agus geàrr-chunntais had id éoin. So, dhéimúch dúine tíadach bhí cumaf cíndeach, dé geàrr-chunntais ha gobhrachuch geàrr-chunntais.
Ha stógus a cóin a garba luch science at iomadh na hel ceald siimplí itig anglet in na haunta fé agus na haunta garstein. Agus na hel fé itige scarpa Lyme seach na hugin na tinneas bhí beos an ulachge.
Get the Iota clearus hula fear was the Eastern, Hanau clearus Garstan. Agus Hanau clear Marsin, and Hanau clearus Garstan, Hanau clearus Lyme.
Gé dáte go dico a hec na fé ma ha anna bhí scarpa Lyme. Ha Caroline Millens agus Roman Bidh is sás anna bhí fiach an I tucsin na seag aine sein.
The deer are very important for feeding ticks, particularly the adult female ticks, which then go on to produce larvae, or eggs and larvae, which are the next generation. Other large vertebrate hosts, such as sheep, will also feed adult female ticks as well. And deer can also move the ticks around while they're attached to them. So they're very, very important for the tick population, but they don't actually infect them with the bacteria which causes Lyme disease.
When we say deer are not a transmission host for the bacterium causing Lyme, then that's true. They're not competent to transmit the bacterium, but many studies have shown that deer can play an important role in supporting high abundance of ticks, because simply by virtue of their large size they are capable of providing a blood meal to a large number of ticks, especially the adult females.
Futi unne garstan bogen mar sein da wiele uwedre bacteria bij. Geta sé beúchan bice mag luchan is rotain a giúdan bacteria a scarpa Lyme ha fé mag histum cóis gan a garstein. Ha Carolinus Roman ag taichgein wach in gagetas an tulle rounsa hagina with Lyme an an Uist.
And that will give us some really good baseline information on the prevalence, but also which reservoir hosts will be important in that system. And that will really be able to direct our research to particular habitats, particular sites, and particular reservoir hosts.
We're also trying to, of course, get more information about the different ecological factors that we think are important. So getting accurate numbers about deer numbers, where are the deer actually? You know, if they're not where the ticks are, or where people encounter, or where we find infected ticks, then we have to rethink some of our assumptions.
That Graham Charlesworth na vet, hij neste toos argeven garstein an an Uist, agus go go fallal gan 'n dochter in Millens agus Beak is son rounsahu. Seo mag a haike niano. A slúter sícht de gealf hagus a dalu agus a cant gefeed garstein a hike rimmehuge. Yinshego na huge mach.
Basically, the unfenced area behind us, in the 12 months of dragging, I came to 557 ticks. That's the larvae, nymphs and the adults all mixed up, 557. On the fenced area that the sheep and the deer can't get into, all the procedures were the same time dragging, same time and so on. I came up with 7. The nymph is the size of a thick end of a pin, whereas the larvae is the size of a sharp end of a pin.
Gyn me gach ta diga ha kinjas so sugin in vi gun in fe is overgus on picantus garstain agus picantus Lyme on a Uist.
Obviously the 2 large mammals you have there are the sheep, which are a treated population. They tend to be a controlled population. They only sort of move within the township system. Their role still needs to be looked at, and we could actually say, right, yes, they are significant, so therefore we've got to increase the level of treatment, or we've got to control the movement even more. I'm afraid you go onto the red deer and there is no controlled movement, there's no treatment for them. They range all over the Uists. It strikes me that the red deer are likely to be the main problem here.
Hakog is 3 míle feadh an the Lewis is na hegacatá agus gannach magavile an an Uist. Timmer maha na hel borach Lyme fagabil borach fe.
It could be because we've built much better agricultural ground down in the Macher and on the surrounding Blackland, whereas in Lewis and Harris there's much smaller areas around the villages. Deer tend to spend more time out on the hill. It could be a range of other things that we don't know about. The combination of the transmission hosts, things like voles. There's not many voles up in Lewis and Harris, lots of voles down here.
Maar nach eine fee ha gulbrig geàrr-chunntais de Lyme an an Uist lew heen go you. Ha sin an notion na fakele hist, dé hake overgog.
Ma chaide sin na haun agus geàrr-chunntais dé sin je fenchkin je faugeláide fel geoi geàrr-chunntais de gol soas ó 1000 go 3000 as na huisin. Agus ha sin a tarrin garstan. Varach sin hat a tarrin ruta a göverchug Lyme gutjoch.
Ach feadh nu bioch mór, fémi bioch mór vi achge son full maiedig son bre. Nu bioch mór nach elfen dosi agus hachum fensichen schönne smú. Ek neidach se hulle rutile ach na fé ha göverhug.
Ha anje hurang de draasta ma ha gebid ruttig en jaget je tachars in een Uist je huven nage punje a ha fodok an de helde tinneas Lyme. Geta a musk fagach in laatigs isunte me een kimag agus kursane haarschein e virsin fast e frikkers na voorstel rein.
Ha Graham is on Roinn a horskan a dunje, steegje e fianish. Fianish en je no na hei na fee is on geàrr-chunntais de Lyme.
I feel there should be a full review by the relevant authorities on the role of the deer, and maybe to look at the sheep and to ascertain whether they have a role in the tick-borne diseases, including Lyme disease in the area. That information should be put to the community so that community can weigh up maybe the disadvantages that they throw up from that with the advantages of the red deer, so that the community can decide what they want from this.
Are we talking here a potential eradication of the deer from Uist?
If the red deer are shown to be very significant producers of the risk of Lyme disease in people, then yeah, I would probably, as a member of the community, vote for that.
Soas go mean na nungatin va Ellen van Hiegen an an megakach a fuduk gedonne le Lyme. Ich keld itterlian as na staatjen, jins truge va saasek an naum, maar a chagoon na hillenich na fee uluk kietju a vagar, van a noorsan had lochkach dies Lyme.
So the islanders eventually, after several meetings and many meetings with our state Department of Inland Fisheries and Game and so forth, they finally decided to go ahead with a deer hunt, to eliminate the deer.
The cull was done by a company, a private company that does wildlife management work internationally, and they had set up feeding stations with a targeted sharpshooter to reduce the deer, and deer were brought in and then sharpshooted over the course of 2 years.
You have maybe 100 residents on the island, and every year you would have a few cases of Lyme disease. Since the deer were removed, the ticks have disappeared essentially from the island completely. It's not the sort of situation where you have a large population and you can say this % drop in Lyme disease occurred with this amount of reduction of deer. It's been quite challenging actually in the US with studies to show what degree of reduction in Lyme disease you'll get for a particular degree of cull of deer.
Ash an Uist agus sgeulachdan. Seo Uibhist Linc nuas va var sláint in an siar agus I tost fiscathe gan a chláin dé sugin gaisan I dhéanú me hinnes Lyme a tain.
Ro dunne seo idir ó geàrrchunntais mar seo. Ro cvíd acu.
Jún sich a tág hústad.
Gynnyrin hyd y bachgeich yn Uanne son y hwle biach agos y hwle dynge. Fain mar yn tŵl Uanne agos cwydda cartfel yn geàrrchunntais agos túntainna muglas. Fa y cwla bri hwyr mi agos fa mi smwydyn gyda mat scabno fydd gen y fan so fa mi pigiga agos Rhain sgar iddo afacol.
Chanel sy'n son statach oedd dwynig ôl ymach sy'n fi cosiach sy'n fi dol y cwych gymwys, clawn o fi mwys, chanel y gwnnart chodona my gas dw corym o hen o chwtrych ag. Sa sy'n son ffysifiach gyma yen ydych syliad o chwddores gyffench gyn y gartain y gwna bydd y gysyn ysteg an ystog gynnans y coed y ffeg yn y corbach gyhen yr hiles at ysteg sy'n fy mwy.
Hag goni elders no agach a hug tinneas Lyme catá. Het ja bacteria anje hu gefused toshach na hochgeten. An an Uist a diw ha var sláinte scarpa na suging eif de Israel.
Fashion ik a tractor rally an Uist toe was stol ac in an hens fashion a brin de dunne. Fashion a sheltin kemar fe dat de machna garsten. Fashion ko agricultural show Uist Jace fashion ag EDF. Agus cwtach chwysyn y leaflet agus y booster, chwysyn pac gan chwlysgol as na hilan yn sir, chwyd y chwlysgol as na hilan yn y mach y booster agus y leaflet, idd e-mail chwn y chwle tai ag y chlawn a ha registered as y chwlysgol.
Lyme disease is an infection passed to humans by the bite of a tick.
Se age vagach ag tinneas hag alpa goléig ha Janie ag giri cwtioch.
We've put a petition in to Holyrood to try and get more done about Lyme disease. We want to achieve 3 different aims. One is better testing, and then better treatment, and better education.
That Bidh Parliament va gach party me chuir taici immers Janie. Se chéiste nescatá a dig geàmh ag dream sein.
Some of the projects that we'd like to do is to look at ticks and see how many are infected. If we were centrally funded, that would give us some more staff that would be able to go and do this on a regular basis.
Ha sie hu san netag am catá fag belu an fatte bag a connorst Lyme gelachger an an Uist na tegmór na fiúsig ille in ille.
As me hjún se je gas gian is on a grach horsti dörst han nide vucht dunje tollichtjes. Ach am saker keleur am gut is hini in a draste son ach jano kinjach kele duwas in de stude kele kerst.
Maus y ticsyn, mae'r chwtich ystw hyn y mwych as yn arynioch. Chanel ffeim sy'n bi am gybydw. Gyffeim yn eigl y Eòrt. Ffeim ydw gyrwch smwynjan. Ha cheart o cudromaiche gwycht y fi y mwy y ffain. Eich gyrseich. So am ys smwynjan leis y ffysrach y mwych yn ys chadwyn y tor na siar ie.
De rota hullet in je kieri, se terra minnetjach nach gav agakametlish, e te tiga ha gulve hug Lyme ha aars te halen aan een Uist, agus te dooie scherges aan fijn kuitese. Ma hik sullige hug ege shen, agus ma lute se hullet in je konlach gaan een nu names, ha kogamaun gedik la u, var nach bi Lyme ha pikante.